Caffeine is one of the most widely used drugs in the world. People drink it to stay awake for work or school, to be more alert and focused when working out, or to feel less tired while exercising. Some people drink it to help their athletic performance, while others drink it for a little boost in the morning to get their day started. And let's not forget all those people that just love the taste of coffee, tea, soda, or other caffeinated beverages. But have you ever wondered what these beverages are doing to your body? Let's take a look at some of the ways that caffeine can affect your body, and how it really works. Okay, so first, let's talk about some of the things that caffeine can do to your body. First up is that it will make you pee more. The reason behind this is that caffeine relaxes the bladder, which makes it easier for urine to flow. This is why many people need to use the bathroom shortly after drinking a caffeinated beverage. Caffeine is also a diuretic, meaning it increases the amount of urine produced by the kidneys. So if you drink coffee, you'll likely need to go to the bathroom soon afterwards. Another thing that caffeine does is increase heart rate. When you drink a caffeinated beverage, the caffeine is absorbed into your bloodstream and makes its way to your heart. There, it stimulates the heart to beat faster. This can be good if you're trying to work out, because a faster heart rate means that your cardiovascular system is working harder, which can lead to a better workout. However, if you're already feeling anxious or have a heart condition, then this can be bad for you. Next up is that caffeine can increase blood pressure. When your heart rate increases, so does your blood pressure. This is because the caffeine is causing your arteries to constrict, which makes it harder for the blood to flow through them. Again, this isn't necessarily a bad thing if you're trying to work out, but it can be dangerous if you already have high blood pressure or other cardiovascular problems. And speaking of blood, caffeine can also affect your menstrual cycle. If you're a woman who drinks coffee or tea, you may have noticed that your period is late. That's because caffeine has been shown to delay menstruation in some women. This is thought to happen because caffeine affects the levels of certain hormones in the body, which can interfere with the normal menstrual cycle. Alright, so now let's talk about how caffeine actually works. So when you drink a caffeinated beverage, the caffeine is absorbed into your bloodstream and makes its way to your brain. There it blocks a neurotransmitter called adenosine. Adenosine is responsible for making you feel tired and relaxed. So by blocking it, caffeine is able to make you feel more alert and awake. Caffeine also stimulates other neurotransmitters like dopamine and serotonin, which can make you feel happy and euphoric. This is why some people describe coffee as being a mood booster. Another thing that caffeine does is increase the amount of sugar in your bloodstream. This happens because caffeine stimulates the release of glucose from the liver. Glucose is the primary source of energy for the brain. So by increasing the amount of sugar in your bloodstream, caffeine is able to keep you feeling alert and awake. So we know that caffeine can make you pee more, increase your heart rate and blood pressure, affect your menstrual cycle. And it also increases the amount of sugar in your bloodstream. Now, let's talk about some of the effects that caffeine can have on your workout. First up, caffeine can improve exercise performance. As we mentioned earlier, caffeine increases heart rate and blood pressure, which can lead to a better workout. Additionally, caffeine can also increase the amount of force that your muscles can exert, which can lead to increased strength and power. This is why many people drink coffee before working out. However, caffeine can also impair endurance capacity. This is because caffeine causes you to lose water through peeing, which can lead to dehydration. Dehydration impairs endurance capacity, which is why many long-distance runners avoid coffee before a race. Also, high doses of caffeine can negatively impact flexibility. In one study, researchers found that participants who consumed high doses of caffeine had decreased range of motion in their joints. This is thought to happen because caffeine increases muscle tension, which can lead to decreased flexibility. Finally, Let's talk about how much caffeine is safe to consume. According to the FDA, adults should consume no more than 400 milligrams of caffeine per day. That's about the same as 4 cups of coffee. However, pregnant women and people with certain health conditions should consume less caffeine. If you're not sure how much caffeine is safe for you to consume, talk to your doctor. Now that you know some of the effects that caffeine has on your body, what are you going to do about it? Are you going to cut back on your coffee intake? Or are you just going to keep drinking coffee like normal? I don't really care what you decide to do, but I just wanted to give you some information so you could make an informed decision. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next video. Caffeine is a stimulant that's found in coffee, tea, soda, and other beverages. It's also used in some medications, like Excedrin and no-dose. Caffeine is a psychoactive drug, which means that it affects the brain. It's been estimated that 80% of people in the United States consume caffeine every day. One of the main effects of caffeine is that it can make you feel more alert and awake. This is because caffeine blocks a neurotransmitter in the brain called adenosine. Adenosine makes you feel tired. So by blocking it, caffeine is able to make you feel more alert. Caffeine also stimulates other neurotransmitters in the brain, including dopamine and serotonin. These neurotransmitters are responsible for making you feel pleasure and happiness, which is why coffee is sometimes referred to as a mood booster. Another effect of caffeine is that it can improve cognitive function. This includes things like memory, attention, and focus. In fact, some studies have shown that caffeine can improve cognitive function by up to 24%. This is likely due to the fact that caffeine increases the amount of norepinephrine in the brain. Norepinephrine is a neurotransmitter that's involved in attention and focus. In addition to improving cognitive function, caffeine can also improve physical performance. This includes things like strength, power, and endurance. In fact, some studies have shown that caffeine can improve strength and power by up to 15%. This is likely due to the fact that caffeine increases the amount of adrenaline in the body. Adrenaline is a hormone that's released during the fight or flight response. It increases heart rate and blood flow to the muscles, which can improve performance. Caffeine can also have some negative effects. For example, too much caffeine can cause anxiety, insomnia, and even seizures. It can also cause dehydration, which can lead to fatigue and decreased performance. That's why it's important to stay hydrated when consuming caffeine. Caffeine can also impair your reaction time, which can be dangerous if you're driving or operating machinery. Overall, caffeine is a safe and effective way to improve alertness, cognitive function, and physical performance. Just be sure to stay hydrated and don't consume too much. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.